Hey everyone, Ivy Gaming here, and today we're playing Eternal Evolution. For today's video, I'm going to talk about regrets, mistakes. Do I have any regarding this free-to-play account? Alright, so I feel like it's near impossible to go through starting to play any game, even one that you know so well, and not make some mistakes. That could be because you get overexcited and you can't help yourself. You get sucked into the gacha, or maybe things have changed and you're like, oh shit, I didn't even realize that changed. And you're stuck in your ways about maybe old habits, or you're trying to do things, maybe you're intentionally trying to do things the opposite you did on your first account just to be different, but really you should have done the same thing. Like, there's so many things that you could really mess up, so to speak, early game. So I kind of want to talk about that for this series and my free-to-play account in general. Do I have any regrets? My first regret is posting this video yesterday. So, I'm not going to apologize because that's... Okay, I'm sort of gonna apologize. I'm gonna apologize because it's my fault that I came across in a way that people interpreted completely different than the point of my video. And that's my fault. If multiple people interpret it that way, that's my fault. I need to own that. I should have stressed other things and also said a lot of disclaimers, apparently. I learned my lesson. People are touchy when it comes to this. Well, this game is amazing, right? We don't have much to complain about. This video was not intended to be just a complaining video. It wasn't intended to say there's a food problem. I talk about those things because that's usually what goes along with basic summoning. Let's talk Raid Shadow Legends, mystery shards. Normally, I've played games where we're flooded with the early basic summoning. If there's levels of summoning like this, we're flooded with the basic ones that give you the crap that you use as food. And I just found it weird that we get such a low amount of those compared to the others. Okay, maybe I didn't do my 5 arena battles every single day, so maybe I could have got more there, but to be fair, the food is usually the blue fragments, not the basics. But anyway, either way, the whole point of this video was just meant to be like, isn't that weird, guys? Isn't that funny? Isn't this strange? Especially if you're a Raid Shadow Legends player like me, wouldn't it be weird, or used to be, wouldn't it be weird if we got more Ancients and Voids than we got Mystery Shards? Isn't that weird? Shouldn't they get, like, it was not meant to say, oh my god, they need to nerf the rates of the Thai ones, or oh my god, there's not enough food in this game, period. It's just pointing out a couple silly things, and it got pushed in a direction that I did not intend, based on some responses. And at the day, guys, though, can you kind of chill? Like, I'm a human. I have feelings. If it makes you feel better making someone cry because you were an asshole, then you can leave my channel right now, for one. Please do. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Don't be a dick to us content creators, for one. Maybe we fuck up, we're humans, okay? And I went about that video in a way that my intention was to be funny and to just be like, isn't this weird? I never noticed it. Just as like a quirky little semi-clickbaity like conversation. I did not intend things to go the way it did. So sorry, sort of sorry, not sorry. I don't even know how to feel. But yeah, let's move on from that mistake. My first free-to-play mistake was making my video yesterday. My second mistake, which I want to talk about because I can't really show it because I realized I didn't have all the files transferred. But all right, we have the grand ceremony event, right? We also have Jamuzo's bell. I had on my server was Jamuzo's bell with Ravenna, Luke, and was it Solar Flare, I think, or something. It was one of the others that would be okay for them. But after I complained about the RNG of an event like this and the reality of people not getting either one of these, they literally changed it. They put it back, as I said in my series already. They actually changed it back. The next server after mine, like I'm on server 104 on Europe. I think 105 I went to. I think that's what it was. The next time it popped. Yeah, 105. Literally right after mine, it was back to normal. It was back to the normal grand ceremony where you get a guaranteed Ravenna if you just play. And it's really not hard at all to get that guaranteed Ravenna. So I do regret keeping this account. I should have it was only a day, 2 days later that swap happened. I should have restarted my free-to-play with that account knowing I had a 100% guarantee. But I'd already started grinding and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to roll with how it is. It's fine. It's no big deal. And, but unfortunately, I mean, I missed out on the guaranteed Ravenna, who's now in like one of the banners right now. Yeah, she's one of the banners. At least on this server right now, she's a banner. But I could have got a guaranteed Triple S hero if I had just restarted. But I was really hoping that I would get lucky and get like Luke instead. I honestly still prefer Luke over Ravenna because he's going to be more helpful in other content besides the PvE bosses that Ravenna's so good for. Luke's better in PvP, plus he helps enable your other champions because he provides decreased defense, plus he is easier to build because you can go full attack percentage versus worrying about crit rate and crit damage. So like I really do prefer Luke over Ravenna for most content, but obviously she excels in certain stages of Twilight and Guild Hunt and whatnot, but still, I do prefer Luke still. Especially knowing how much I love Luke with my other, with some of my other team synergies now. No regrets there. I was really hoping I was going to get Luke, but I didn't. So with not getting Luke or not getting Ravenna, I ended up with nothing after a week of grinding and trying to finish out the Jamuzo's Bell and just hoping I got lucky. But gosh darn it, yeah, not getting lucky with the Jamuzo's Bell super RNG style here. I should have started on the server that took away Jamuzo's Bell and just went back to normal of getting Ravenna. Now, that server, ever since nobody gets this Taylor event again, I guess you got the RNG of Ravenna Luke wheel, spinny wheel, and this Taylor event, or you got no guaranteed Taylor event. But honestly, it's not really, at the end of the day, this is not insanely game-changing. By the time I get to these other things, I don't really need them. So this is the funny part here. Like, okay, I could have I could just throw 6 pieces of gear on him and get that. Okay, cool, I should do that. Use him in Ancient Altar. Oops, I probably could have done that yesterday. But am I going to get him to level 200? Not for a little while. So like by the time I get some of it, it's okay, but it's not like game-changing rewards. If there were red runes at the end here, maybe, but don't worry guys. If you missed out on this Taylor event, it's really not a big deal. But yeah, regret number 2, I guess, would be missing or not swapping servers when I knew they changed it back. I should have went for the guarantee instead of the RNG. My next regret is this. Now, not because Emma's bad and not worthy. She's actually I think she's got a pretty good exclusive, and as far as exclusives are concerned, people have always rated her pretty high as being worthy of an exclusive, right? Until more recently, of course, because there's so many other heroes outshadowing her. But I kind of wish I didn't touch my red runes at all, at least for a first few weeks, instead of, I mean, I got her and then I immediately started throwing them on her. Of course, they're only 25. I've been debating about continuing just maxing her out because I'm already halfway there, so to speak. Sort of, not really, because the runes get more expensive as you go up. But I am regretting using my red runes on Emma right away. Not because I regret getting Emma. I actually do not regret getting Emma and going all in on that hero evolution for her, because it was such an easy way to get amazing resources and multiple copies of her in a way that eventually would have been like wasted gene hybrids. So no regrets there, honestly. I really think it's still a fine strategy to try to go for Emma and try to get her evolved, because they are giving us multiple copies, and that event gives us great resources, including a duplicate Emma or two thrown in there. So I don't regret that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm so torn on where I want my exclusives to go, because Leo doesn't really need Leo's top tier, right? We know it. We know Leo. We love Leo. But he doesn't really need this EX30 compared to some other heroes like Daniel. Yes, maybe Anpu should be getting all mine now. I really think Anpu might be a little bit more deserving. He is going to be my main damage dealer in a lot of teams, so I probably will go with Anpu instead. Masrani also is really good to put those exclusives in as well, because he's going to be the main healer in most of my comps too. So I wouldn't regret using my exclusives in Masrani soon, but probably not first. Let's see. When an allied unit is killed or disappears, they have 15% base chance to generate an additional corpse explosion. So extra corpse explosions based on his accuracy, which you want to get higher. So this could definitely help with that corpse explosion damage, because I feel like that is kind of like the bulk of his damage. So I might go there. I don't know. I'm obviously in a perfect world, I would also have a Daniel on this account that I would have got multiple copies of. But at the end of the day, I'm glad I did not spend a bunch of extra currency in the exchanges for them. I'm still glad of that, because in the end, I was able to get Leo because he popped up on a banner, so I only had to pay 60 tickets instead of 120 in here. I think I'm really glad for that. I know I do, so I'm torn on the idea of, should I have grabbed a Daniel while I got a chance? Should I have grabbed a Leo while I had the chance? Which I got lucky and again was able to do the banner. But I'm torn on that. I think absolutely, if you get a chance to get Leo and Daniel, you should go for it. But I also, especially being free to play, don't want to be wasteful about the tickets along the way. So I'm still torn on that decision of whether it's best to grab a 120 ticket or 120 chip exchange for either one of them, or be a little bit patient. I think it depends on who you've got. Leo, the good thing is Leo doesn't need to be super high evolved to be game changing. Like, I'm literally using my Leo, the one copy I got with the one evolution from the basic fodder, and he has progressed me so much. Like, here's my little team. This is such a good team. Once I realized I had the chance to get a Leo, I had no regrets about getting Kree, although him and Leo don't really play well together, because Kree pushes people back and Leo's trying to blast through them all. So they don't really play well together at the end of the day. But it's still really helpful for the Vanguard bond. And luckily Anpu has such a big range of his circle for blasting, so Kree doesn't usually affect it too bad. But yeah, I'm happy. And luckily we got Na Feng here. So he's really good. And I like the synergy that's happening. So I'm happy for that. But yeah, sorry, I realized I went on a tangent here. So I do regret using red runes on Emma, because I think I would rather put them on Anpu, because he's kind of going to be my core through a lot of my other teams as I progress. And when it comes to, I don't regret Emma. She's really helpful for a lot of the bosses, including Disa Caves. That's super important for grinding gear. But I didn't really need those exclusive levels past 20 to be able to do that, did I? No. So that I regret. And speaking on this, the things that I don't regret while we're talking about heroes, I don't regret putting Karma up. Someone commented about, oh, I wasted my food by getting Karma up. No, I didn't. I had like 7 copies. Okay, not 7. I just kept getting copies of him. I had like 4 or 5, then got like 6 copies of him. Any hero that you can get up, well, not any, depending on the comparison. Leo, again, is an exception to the rule. But pretty much, if I had just Karma here, and then I grabbed another hero that's supposed, okay, let's say Fulvia is probably better than Karma, that's fair. But if I only had like 1 copy or 2 copies of Fulvia, my 5 copies of Karma are gonna give me better stats to make me do better damage and help me progress further for that first week or so. So I don't have any regrets. At the end of the day, I reset him. got back most of the resources, and now he's someone I'm using still because he is such a high level, and he does have decent stats because his base level's higher with the ability of him being immortal, or the status of him being immortal. So I don't regret that, honestly. I really don't, because the only reason I'm so low on food for Wenfear is, or Wenfree, Wenfear, is because of Nafeng. We didn't predict that, like, I wouldn't have known that the one hero from Rise of Heroes that we got and I was gonna get good copies of, that I would need even more fodder for. We didn't know that that was gonna be a Wenfear hero, but when I started leveling, and of course Taylor was gonna get my focus, Taylor and him being leveled, and then a couple into Sorvali, I'd be fine. But because we had this guy added into the mix, which I'm definitely not regretting, I'm really, really low on Wenfear food because he took a lot of it. But I really like this guy, so no regrets there. But let's get back to some things I do regret. Alright, so down here we have Twilight Lands, and I have to say, I accidentally missed one full day of playing Twilight Lands. Sorry guys, it totally cut off there. My OBS software froze. I swear everything hates Windows 11. But yeah, so I was talking about Leo, or no, I was talking about Twilight Lands, and yeah, missing one day was a really big deal because you really need to grind every little bit you can on an account without Leo. And then what did I do? I got Leo on the last day of Twilight. And of course, I'm a dummy, and I did my Twilight right away, so I didn't forget about it when I wasn't sure if I was going to get enough summoning tickets to get Leo, and then I got him, and I'd already done Twilight, and I probably could have progressed a little bit further, even with that little baby Leo, because he's so good. Yeah, don't be a slacker. Don't skip a day of Twilight. It can make a big difference, and I would have really liked to get in the top 50 for a little bit better rewards, but oh well, it's fine. Next Twilight, I'll be much better prepared, and I'll continue the grind. But yeah, overall, I really don't have many regrets regarding this. I mean, there's a few things, but overall, I'm happy with the decisions I made. I'm happy I was able to get Leo, and even though it's only a baby version, I was happy we got that free copy of Masrani as well, and even Masrani is pretty helpful as a baby low level, because to be fair, I don't really have any copies of like Serena either, so he's pretty helpful for me right now. I'm looking forward to getting one more copy or one more gene hybrid for Anpu, so he can actually be immortal. He's super great, amazing crowd control. I'm not overly worried. I mean, his damage is amazing even without focusing pure damage for him. The crowd control alone makes him a really great hero, though. Hopefully I can get Daniel soon, and if I can, I'll try my best not to waste that opportunity, but I don't have any chips now, which I don't regret because I really want those gene hybrids preferably. And yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying the account though, but I don't know. We'll see where this goes, guys. We'll see where it goes. I'm really excited now that I have Leo into the mix. I'm gotta get him up eventually, sooner rather than later. But yeah, I do plan to keep posting for the free-to-play series as of now. That might change because out of all my videos overall, whenever I do anything that's more just like a free-to-play progress update, it doesn't seem to have the interest I would have hoped for. So, and the whole point is to have content and be relatable, right? I have my main account for the endgame stuff, and this is supposed to be my early game content, but if it's getting low viewership, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna focus on the stuff that people want to see more, apparently. So we'll see. I might end up stopping this sooner rather than later, depending on how things go. I'll try better to put out some more interesting topics regarding the free-to-play itself, but I would like to just do some general updates of like, here's what I'm working on, guys. But if no one likes that, then it is what it is, I guess. But yeah. There's my regrets, or no regrets. Okay, there's some regrets, but minor regrets overall. Yeah. Not too bad so far. I'm happy. I'm progressing. I'm pushing my story. I'm pushing all the chapter. We're getting better. We're grinding. I'm enjoying this. Hope you guys are still enjoying Eternal Evolution. I'll see you in the next video.